For regional cooperation. I am not for regionalization. I'm not for the dilution of our equity and things that we long on, wherever it is. I'm talking about Detroit because I'm a native Detroiter, but other cities in that the same way. I think there's regional cooperation, but if regionalization comes, it needs to come as somebody else's beg to come get into a different thing. I'm not looking, when I say regional, I mean we have regional issues, regional concerns, regional stakeholders, and we ought to work together where we can. I'm not naive enough to think our politics is all going to be the same, and so there are times when we're going to be significantly at odds about things. But I'm not going to pick up my toys and go home. I'm going to say this is what we can't deal with. Okay, now let's go over here and talk about what we can deal with. And so it's, to me, the opportunity going forward is to change the paradigm in Wayne County. And by the way, this has been a paradigm for the 30 years that I've been around. But this is not just a Bob Tucano thing or anything else. It's always been big me, little you. During the last year, as this issue is going on with the prosecutor and the county executive about the rape kits, not once has the county executive thought, why don't I sit down with the prosecutor and we come up with a strategy and apply for a grant to cover the rape kit. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. The point is, they didn't even try. I mean, it's not in the consciousness of county officials to do that sort of thing. It's all about who can leverage something on the other one, and I don't think we can afford to do that. My commitment is it's got to be an open, collaborative, working relationship, whether it's with the unions, whether it's with the county commission, whether it's with the neighboring county executives. I've worked with Mike Duggan over 20 of the last 25 years. I know him well, and I can work with him. I'm my own man, but I can work with him. Mark Hackle and I were sheriffs together for a long period of time. We're friends. I can work with them. These are people I can get on the phone and say, let's talk about this. This is an issue we need to deal with. And I think people know me well enough to know I'm not cutting side deals that's going to disenfranchise us from anything. That's not in the game. I'm not a proxy for anything. I've heard every story in the world.
I know you.
The incumbent got me in the race. People have political theories about things all the time. I got in the race because I thought I was the best man to solve this problem, and I got in the race late because I know Detroit politics well enough to know that if I had gotten in a week earlier, that there was a bunch of other names thrown in there to make my life miserable for no reason. I mean, that's just Detroit politics. You got to work with the rules that are there. So, just as a practical matter, I've been polling in this race for months, trying to see how it was going to shake out, and at the end, I felt very comfortable, number one, that I had the skill sets to fix it, number two, that I was going to enjoy the challenge, and number three, I think voters can see, voters will look differently at a 30-year record of accomplishment as opposed to others who might tell you what they can do, but in reality, they haven't done it.